Time now for your weather on the 4s.
Let's check your weather on the 4s here with meteorologist Thomas Skiboy. I mean, it's been feeling, this whole weekend was really warm out there, Thomas.
Yeah, it was beautiful, and I love how you said that it was warm outside, even though temperatures were close to where they should be. It kind of just gives us a perspective of what we saw last week, where last Thursday we didn't even get to 45 degrees. It was cold, but this weekend, beautiful. But as quickly as we get that beautiful weather, we know that more changes are on the way. Our next storm system is currently knocking on our door. That'll see increased winds and the chance for wet weather, mainly for the second half of the day. But once we get past tomorrow, we could settle back into another seasonal stretch of weather. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a moment. But for the meantime, here's the view from St. George, where things are nice and quiet this morning. Still got a while to go before we get to sunrise, but that is a very nice way to start the day. However, this doesn't tell the entire story, because as you travel north of St. George, we're really finding cloud coverage increasing across the state. We're also seeing winds increase across the state. All of this being driven by a cold front and an area of low pressure that's currently swirling near the California and also Nevada line. So this cold front will be traversing the state as we go through today. We're going to find times of some pretty windy conditions, and the chance for wet weather will be increasing mainly for the northern 2/3 of the state by this afternoon. But with those winds increasing, we do have a wind advisory that will go into effect for parts of southwestern Utah and south central Utah, as we're going to see sustained winds anywhere between 20 and 30 miles per hour with some gusts upwards of 45 miles per hour, and that could lead to some dangerous road conditions, mainly on those east to west routes for those higher profile vehicles, something that you want to keep in mind. We also have winter weather advisories that will be going into effect at 3 o'clock this afternoon, lasting through noon tomorrow for the Wasatch Mountains and also for the Uintas as well, as we have the potential to pick up anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow in the mountains. Also going to be windy at times, could find some blowing snow and difficult travel. If you have any plans to go on those mountain routes, just know that travel will be dangerous, and we are expecting winter driving conditions on those mountain routes within the advisory. But for today, we'll see a daytime high of 60 degrees in Salt Lake City. That doesn't tell the entire story, because once that front moves through, temperatures will start to cool off rather quickly. High of 62 degrees in Provo, 59 degrees in Delta, 54 degrees in Cedar City, which more or less is the temperature that we're sitting at now. So they will basically see that front moving through, and then once the front moves through, temperatures will start to cool off. But we'll begin the FUTURECAST, time things out for you. And as we go throughout the next few hours, really not going to see too much in Utah. But as we approach midday, that's when the chance for wet weather will start increasing for mainly the northern half of the state. Think the I-70 corridor and areas northward. I still think that we could find maybe a little bit of rain stretching as far down as Cedar City. But by 6 o'clock this evening, a good amount of wet weather, maybe occasional rumble of thunder along the Wasatch Front. Then into tonight, the snow levels are expected to start dropping. We'll go from around 7,000 feet to around 5,500 feet for first thing tomorrow morning, which includes maybe we can get some snow on the benches. But even though we'll have the chance for some wintry mix in Salt Lake City, not going to be seeing any accumulation. Just going to be too warm outside to really get some snow. And then by tomorrow afternoon, all that moisture starts to move out of here, and then our weather calms down heading into midweek. But the snow levels as we go from today into Wednesday, we'll be looking at 7,000 feet for today, dropping to around 6,000 feet into tonight, 5,500 feet from the benches. So maybe we can find some accumulating snow from the benches higher than that. But as you make your way down into the valleys, that wintry mix a possibility, not looking at the chance of any accumulation there. For St. George, a high of 67 degrees today, 69 tomorrow. So in St. George, going to be windy today, but relatively calm conditions over the next few days. Meanwhile, on the Wasatch Front, PM rain for today with a high of 60, overnight low tonight close to 40 degrees. Then we'll only see a high in the lower 50s tomorrow, maybe with the possibility of an AM mix. And then heading into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're back to dry skies as we see our temperatures climb back to near seasonal averages heading into your Thursday.